welcome to the Burrow. Welcome to any new viewers, and welcome back to any Burrow folk who like to follow my socials. Today, as you've probably noticed, we're going to be playing some Final Fantasy XIV. We're going to be continuing with... Just make sure all my sound levels are okay. Does everything sound okay? Seems to. If anything does sound a bit off, just let me know. Yes, we're going to be continuing with Final Fantasy XIV with the story mode, because we took a bit of a hiatus when I went on holiday. So let's find out where on earth my story is. In the Foundation. We are literally at the beginning of the Heavensward expansion, which is the first expansion that got released like 15 years ago now, is it? Almost? It's actually quite an old game, and still looks amazing for what it is, because they keep doing graphics updates. They did one with the most recent expansion that came out. So the game itself looks fantastic still. But yes, we are... I will get to where my quest is, and then we can start off actually getting into stream. So if you've never checked me out before, I am a little VTubing bubblegum mouse. My VTuber is not currently on screen, but when we get into game, you will be able to see me. And, oh, I'm running the wrong way. Sorry, I'm going to run through the snow of Ishgard to get to the manor house. I was not running the wrong way, that was silly. Oh well. I was just in the wrong part of Foundation, which is fine. We will do a little swap over here so that you can see me. Hello everyone! And you can see my stream a bit better. Well, you can now see my stream as opposed to my break screen. Okay. So we do have some... Yeah, I'm currently on my White Mage. I do have a White Mage class quest, which you can see up here, and the story mode is currently question marks, but that is not because I have finished the current story. That is because we have two options of where to go next. Because the point in the story that we have hit is we did our tiny little introduction to Ishgard. I did that before I went on holiday, but now that I am back, I can go into the Four Temps Manor. I almost call it Horoshafon's Manor, because it is technically. We have the two brothers who send us off on different paths. So we have the older brother, Artorial Fortomp, and I believe we go with him to the Falcon's Nest, and over to West Coerthas. Sorry, I'm trying to remember all the map names. Over to West Coerthas. And we then start exploring all the snowy wilderness with him, and learning about the cultists that are working with Lady Iceheart. I think that's what that story entails, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've done the Heavensward expansion. Or we can go with Emmeline Fortomp, the younger brother, and his sidekick. Honoroi? I don't know how to spell. I do not know how to pronounce all of these French names. But Emmeline and Honoroi, who I believe is not part of House Fortomp, but is more like a squire or a steward, whereas Emmeline is the youngest son. We go to the Cloudspire Islands? Cloud Top Islands? Cloud something. Sea of Clouds. The something islands. We get on an airship and we fly off to Floating Islands. So our options are really snowy or high altitude, both of which are kind of cold weather, but I dressed up for the snow. Oh, that one. I dressed up for the snow, and I am prepared for snow. So, we have our Black Mage at level 50, which we can do the Sky section with, and we have our white maids at level 56, which we can do artorial section with. So maybe we start with artorial section and head off to the snowiness and the cold. So over the wall, Lord Artorial is less than eager to brief you on his mission. Because he doesn't want to go, or he does want to go, I can't remember. Let us begin anew, Mistress Mooson. I am Sir Artorial de Fortemps, eldest son of Count Edmund de Fortemps. So, a little bit of lore tidbits that I will drop as we go to kind of keep everyone up to date, because it's been a while since I've played this on my stream, because it's been a while since I've streamed properly. Count Edmond de Fortemps is the noble of Ishgard, one of the noble houses, or head of one of the noble houses, and he took in myself, Alphino, and Tataru as we escaped Uldar after the assassination of, and this is all 10-plus-year-old spoilers, so if you haven't played it at this point, you probably shouldn't be watching my stream where I'm going to be talking about all the lore. But yes, after the assassination of the Uldan Sultana, yes, I am completely blanking on her name at the moment because I'm not great with names. Oh gosh, what was her name? Come on, I should remember this. Sultana... No, it's gone. It's gone. But yeah, we had to flee with Rauban because we were all accused of assassinating the Sultana. And yeah, we all fled to Ishgard as a place of safe haven because the alliances of the Grand Companies and their assigned base camp cities do not have a strict foundational alliance with Ishgard. They have a kind of sort of alliance, but not really, because Ishgard refused to assist with the imperial, with the issue that the Grand Companies had with the Beastmen and with the Empire. Why did I forget the word Empire there? But yes, the Grand Companies had issues with the Empire and with various Beastmen tribes across Eorzea, and so Ishgard refused to assist because they were dealing with dragon problems, and they basically turned around and went, well, we could come and help you, and then we will all die to the various dragons that come down from the north, so we'll stay here, thanks. And obviously the rest of the Grand Companies, who have not seen a dragon in forever, basically turned around and went, well, we don't think that's actually a problem. I think you're just trying to avoid dealing with the issue and making an enemy of the Empire, so we're not happy with your decision. So they don't really have an alliance, but they are all existing in Eorzea and trying to work alongside each other. But that means we could use Ishgard as a safe haven and escape. And while most of the noble houses turned us away, or were like, they're very isolationist, so they don't tend to accept outsiders. But Count Edmond de Fortemps was very much like, my son works down in Camp Dragonhead and says you're all right because you helped him root out a dragon that was disguised as an inquisitor, and this was Rochefort. Is he the second son then? Is Rochefort? Or is he like a stepson, I think? Because I think he's older than Sir Artorial, but Artorial's just referred to himself as the eldest son. So I thought Rochefort was the eldest son and Artorial was the second eldest, and then, but he wouldn't introduce himself as the eldest son if he isn't. So I guess the Rochefort is more of like a nephew or a stepson or something of that line. But yes, so we worked with Rochefort de Fortemps in rooting out an Inquisitor who worked for Lady Iceheart, and we have now turned up here because of being exiled. Yes. You will forgive me my outburst, I hope. I mean no disrespect. I merely consider myself an equal to the duties entrusted to me, unlike some. Rochefort has spoken of you often. If you are even half the woman he claims, I shall be glad to have you at my side. To the matter at hand, then. We will be assisting my esteemed compatriots of House Durandare and Zemail, which are two of the other noble houses. The only interaction we've had with House Zemail is we went into the Zemail Darkhold, which is one of the dungeons in A Realm Reborn, and it is pestered by a giant Araman and various other demons, and we go in and clear it out, basically. And House Durandare, which one are they again? I think Whitebrim Font in Coerthus is helmed by House Durandare, and they are the ones who are basically guarding the Stone Vigil and trying to protect that from dragons. I think that's House Durandare. You are aware of our friendly rivalry, I take it? Aye, well, suffice it to say, the prospect of assisting said houses does not fill me with joy. However, it is the will of the Holy See. The Holy See is... I need to stop interrupting mid-sentence to... interrupting myself mid-sentence to lore drop. But I will. I'm going to keep doing it. So the Holy See is the Ishgardian Church. It is all run by... I'm pretty sure it's a bishop and not a pope, who is very isolationist, and that's why Ishgard has become so isolationist, is because they have the Holy See, and the Holy See is very much like, you need to defend from these dragons, and we need to kill all the dragons, and it's in protection of our greater purpose for the 12. And it also supports the legends of a group of 9 knights, I think that's what it is. However, it is the will of the Holy See that we set aside our differences at this crucial juncture, but we shall speak more of that anon. First, we must needs secure transport to Falcon's Nest. Let us make for the Chocobo stables in Foundation. There we go. I will talk more on the Holy See, because it will become relevant in the story. And I imagine all the other houses will also become more relevant in the story, but that was just lore drops of things we've already learnt, I think. I don't know if we've learnt more about the Holy See yet, but... or if we've learnt that much about the Holy See. I'm not 100% sure. But me and Bitey the Duckbill are going to go and run down to the Chocobo stables. Whee! Use a lovely little slide. I do like the foundations in Ishgard for its like gentle snowfall. And then when it starts raining it becomes like a little flurry instead, which is quite nice. Snow is pretty, but also cold, so I get to go and sleep during the snow time, but I've currently got to go on adventure, so... Can't sprint yet. Yeah, so during this stream we are going to focus more on trying to get as far through the Heavensward story as we can, because we have many expansions to catch up on, and while there is a bunch of side quest stuff that I can do, and like the class quest stuff, which probably is kind of relevant for being a white mage, but I think this is the level 55. I think this is the level, it's the level 54. So currently my story is at like level 51, so I don't have to do it yet. The stables are down this way. And remembering where I'm going. There we go. Artorial is here next to the Chocobo Keep. Greetings, Mistress Mooson. I've saddled a black Chocobo for your journey to the west. Greetings, Mistress Mooson. I've saddled a black Chocobo for your journey to the Western Highlands, as per Lord Artorial's instructions. Will this be your first time riding a black Chocobo, may I ask? If so, you're in for a treat, as I dare say you know this particular breed can fly. Given the right conditions, they can carry you quite high too, even over Snowcloak. You needn't worry about directing the bird, of course. Like all porters, she's trained to carry you to your destination all by herself, so just relax and enjoy the view. Oh, but be sure not to relax your grip, will you? 2 hands on the reins at all times, if you please. And then we get to fly! The first time we get to fly! Technically. I've already been flying around the base game, but that didn't get introduced in the game until after Heaven's Ward. So, in official story terms, this is the first time you get to fly. Which is very cool, because they introduced it, and we were like, oh. Oh. Did they cut out the flying animation? We're getting some cool pan shots, though, of the Coerthus Western Highlands. Ooh.
To the frozen wastes of the Western Highlands, once verdant tracts made pallid by the calamity. Beyond the towering wall of ice, to lands long forsaken, that the knights of Ishgard strove tirelessly to reclaim. To the hamlet of Falcon's Nest, once abandoned, now freed of its pall of snow and ash, she came.
Me? It's me. I turned up. Hello, Artorial. Well, the world looks quite different when viewed from the back of an airborne chocobo, does it not? I still find the experience strangely liberating. To business. Sir Redwald is in charge here. He should be expecting us. And he's literally down there. But before I run over to him, I'm going to go and unlock the crystal so that I can teleport back here when needed. Because otherwise I'll get stuck out and have to get through the gate. There we go. So yeah, in these areas, I don't believe we can fly yet. Because for all of Heaven's Ward and some of the future expansions, in fact I think it's all the future expansions, if I believe I'm correct, we have a thing called... oh, I don't have it yet. It's an etheric compass. They'll explain it. I won't go into too much detail until they actually give it to us, because I'm sure I'll end up just reading it as well. It has been far, far too long, Lord Artorial. And who might your companion be? Pray, forgive us our lateness, Sir Redwald. I present to you Tegan Mooson, Ward of House Fortomps. Ah, yes, of course. Lord Drellmont spoke of you. I, Sir Redwald of House Durandare, do bid you welcome to Falcon's Nest. We are both eager to contribute to the settlement's restoration. How may we be of service? Before we speak of that, would I be correct in assuming that Mistress Mooson is unfamiliar with our recent history? Then, with your permission, I shall recount the tale of her, for her benefit. As you may know, Falcon's Nest was once a hamlet with a small garrison of knights and some few villagers. And then came the calamity. When it became clear that the snow would not stop falling, we had no choice but to order a complete withdrawal. The settlement and the entirety of the Western Highlands were to be abandoned. Abandoned to the heretics. Lady Iceheart and her kind have walked these lands with impunity ever since. Aye, but no longer. The Holy See has commanded the reclamation of the Western Highlands and the expulsion of heretical elements. Falcon's Nest is key to accomplishing these objectives, but, as you can see, rebuilding the hamlet will be no small undertaking. Our craftsmen require support and protection. Any assistance you can offer will be greatly appreciated. As promised, we of House Fortoms are at your disposal, Sir Redwald. You need but tell us where to begin. We get to help rebuild Falcon's Nest, which will be random odd jobs, because classic MMO get you started with random odd jobs. This is all much better gear than I currently have. And annoyingly, I've picked two classes that get the gear from the same quests. Huh. I didn't think of that. What gear should I go with then from this one? So we've got Rogue Ninja Viper, Pugilist Monk Samurai, Lancer Dragoon Reaper, or the tank gear. I think if I just go with the tank gear, it's probably just better off, because I will end up getting a tank at some point. And probably next, in all honesty, because I have a healer with my white mage, I have a DPS with my black mage, so I'll probably end up getting a tank next, and then maybe go into some of the other mages with the other healers, and like red mage and Pictomancer, and Pictomancer is my aim. When I get to Dawntrail, I'm getting Pictomancer straight away. But yeah, so I'll probably go with the vending gear just to have a set. Several craftsmen in service to House Zamael are contributing to the restoration of Falcon's Nest. These men and women are quite skilled at building and repairing fortifications, but their progress has been hampered by a number of factors. Roth, the foreman, tells me he has need of a woman with your talents. Would you be so kind as to seek him out? There he is. Makes sense for the foreman to be visible to all who need him. Brain, I was about to say something. About to say something and then completely forgot. Yes, I'm Roth. Who might you be? Hi, my name's Tegan Newson. I am an adventurer and ward of House Fortemps, I guess. Ah, the promised help. Glad to have you aboard. I have the honour of overseeing this fine mess you see before you. Sent me over on one of them black birds, same as you, to build and mend and tell others how to build and mend. But fury take me, this ice. It's bloody unnatural how fast it forms. It's icicle sprites, I tell you. Mark my words. There are pockets of them here, and they're just waiting for me to turn my back so they can sneak out and do their dirty work. So I need you to search the hamlet and put an end to it. If you stand watch long enough, I'm sure you'll find them. Yes, I need to run around and beat up some ice sprites. And I need to make sure that I've got Matilda with me. There we go. Good, Matilda. You're going to be my attacker. Just to help push out some more damage, Matilda will be here. There we go. Matilda can take on one while I take on the other. Oh, and I will pop a regen on myself to not be injured. There we go. 2 more sets. I can spot it from a distance, that purple haze. the void haze that signifies enemies. Okay, till you attack that one, I'll beat up this one. See, when it's only 2 enemies, me and Matilda can take them, and I don't really see the point in using Holy. And I think the other one's going to end up being up here. Somewhere. Oh, it might be up. All the way around and up to the top. Which means I probably should have mounted to get all the way up there. Oh no, it's just here. That's okay then. So this seems like a valid reason to use all 3. There we go. Nice and simple, but I am quite over-leveled for this section. So it makes sense that it would be fairly simple. Almost got 3 flowers. Oh, going to Wrath, not Redwall. There we go. Ha! Now there's a woman. Now there's a woman what looks like she's found her marks. You're just the sort we need around here. The kind that'll hop to when she's asked when she sees a task undone. Yeah, that's me. Here we go. So this is the set where it's Archer, Bard, Mechanist, Dancer, Conjurer, White Mage, Scholar, Astrologian, Sage, so the healing set, and then Thaumaturge, Arcanist, Black Mage, Summoner, Red Mage, Blue Mage, Pictomancer, which is the magic DPS set. So given that I'm level 26, but only level 20 on my Black Mage, I might go with the Black Mage set. Because I shouldn't need the gear to win these fights for the next couple of levels. So that should be okay. You're a dab hand at Warcraft, I can tell you. Not that I've any skill at arms to speak of, mind, but it doesn't take an expert to recognise expertise. Be a waste to keep you to myself when there's others out there, what need your help same as me. So if you're keen to keep doing what you're doing, I'd ask you to head north to the Pike. A bloody huge statue out in the wastes, if you've never been. Mason by the name of Theramont is out there tending to things. Good man, Theramont, but I reckon he's taken on too much work, for one. Might be there's something you can do for him. I'll definitely see. While I sleep my way over to the Pike, sorry, not the Needle. To the Pike, which is that huge statue over there, I think is the one he's referring to. But oh, no, it's that one. That one's the Pike. What's that one again? That's the Watchtower. Right. Whee! Flying along on my bed. There he is. Hi, Theramont. Hail to you, traveller. What brings you out this way? The Foreman Roth bids you assist me? Well, far be it from me to turn down a helping hand. I've been tasked with the restoration of this sculpture. 5 years of neglect has not been kind, to say the least. Fortunately, I've just the thing for it. Rather, those deep eyes have it. If you could slay 3 and bring me their bristles, I would be in your debt. The classic gather the stuff quest. Or can I catch them both? Nope, I think they're going to be too far apart. Oh, just. Only has a wide enough AoE that it hits all of them. Oh. I wasn't paying attention, so I had to use up some flowers. Because they stopped being stunned, therefore I was actually taking damage. But I've got plenty of flowers, so it's fine. Plenty of flowers to keep myself alive. There you are! Have you the bristles? Yes. They look like leather, but sure. Ah, feel how coarse that is. That's why they're perfect for scrubbing the soot from the statue. Beautiful, isn't it? The spitting image of Haldrath, first of the Azure Dragoons, and one of Ishgard's founding fathers. A symbol of everything the Travanians despise, which is why they've taken to searing it with dragonfire every time they pass by. But no longer will we suffer this desecration of our nation's hero. Soon this statue will be as it once was, a proud, shining testament to the determination of Ishgard, and a message to the heretics that we have returned. The work may be hard and the conditions harsh, but as a proud Ishgardian, I could ask for no greater honour. And we've got another set of fending gear. Are you from Falcon's Nest? If so, I've a favour to ask you. There's this knight, Sir Usador, stationed at the anvil to the west of here. She's always treated me with kindness and respect. More than I deserve, to be honest. Anyway, while you were away, she came through on patrol, and I think she might have left a package behind. It's a bit of a detour, but would you mind returning it to her? My thanks to you, friend. Pretty sure it's meant to be a package for you, buddy. But I'll take it back to her. Yeah, I think the anvil's up there. Yeah, I think that's the anvil, but we have to go slightly more this way to get up there. Because we can't fly in this map. Not until we get the compass. And then start using the compass to collect all of the wind nodes. That's what they're called. Air nodes? I think they're called air nodes, not wind nodes, but yeah. Swirly wind balls. That's what they look like. So, Usador, I brought you your package. What's that? A package? I haven't the foggiest what you're talking about. Confound it. That fool of a... What a waste. It was a gift, adventurer. Theramond labours all day and night without regard for his own well-being. At the very least, he ought to try and eat better. Why not simply give it to him? Oh, why not simply give it to him? By the Fury, have you no sense of decorum? A highborn knight cannot be seen favouring a lowborn mason in such a manner. Nevertheless, I appreciate your concern, as well as your willingness to assist Theramond. May your journey back to Falcon's Nest be safe and swift. Pray give my regards to Sir Redwald. Yep. I remember the weird little personal interactions that some of these characters have. I don't remember any of their names until I get told them, but I remember their weird little interactions where it's just like, she dropped a package. It's because it was meant to be a gift, but I couldn't give it to him because I shouldn't be seen giving it to him. Very, very silly, if you ask me. Make sure my mouse is out of view again. Other than me, I am the only mouse that should be in view. Oh, I want to unlock flying as soon as I can. That might be the only thing that I take away from, or maybe I just ignore the flying while I'm doing the story, and then I can make a stream about specifically going and collecting all the flying. That would make more sense, given that you only really unlock flying after you've finished the map in the story anyway, so I then wouldn't need to come back here until I do all the extra side little bits. I must applaud your initiative, Mistress Moosen. Oh, sorry. I must applaud your initiative, Mistress Moosen. Roth tells me you have been quite busy. Alas, we have not the time to thank you properly. I have a task to which I would commend all able-bodied men and women, you and Lord Artorial included. Reconnaissance lost. Calm as ever, even when you must surely sense the gravity of the situation. A veteran through and through, just as Lord Drillamon said. Good. We have lost contact with the reconnaissance party sent north to Riversmeet in search of the heretics' hideaway. Whether they were attacked or met with some other misfortune, we know not, but regardless of the cause, we must act quickly, for this is a harsh, unforgiving land which can claim, and has claimed, the lives of many men. To ensure we find our missing knights as quickly as possible, I have assigned each party a different area to search. You and Lord Artorial will be working together. Seek him out when you are ready to depart, and good luck. Lord Artorial gets to be my tank, and he's stood right here. I was expecting to have to, like, walk a distance to go and find him, and he's literally stood next to us while we're having that chat. It seems we have been assigned the same... It seems we have been assigned... Let's try this again, shall we? It seems we've been assigned the area near Camp Riversmeet, Mistress Moosen. Lest you are unaware, the camp was one of many our knights were forced to abandon when we withdrew from Querthus Western Highlands. One of many sacrifices made in the wake of the calamity. It would not surprise me if our knights took shelter there. There is but one way to find out, though. Let us be off. The one way to find out is to go there and find them. Or go there and not find them. And then be like, they clearly weren't here. Jump. So I could have joined in that fate, which is just escorting that guy, and a bunch of enemies turn up. Oh no, is it? Different fate. There is a fate to escort that guy, but it's clearly not the one that's active at the moment. Quite funny that he's still just walking unescorted, though. It's like the route is clearly fine. But he's walking around because he's walking the route unescorted. But occasionally he's just like, give me an escort, please. It's dangerous. Which is very, very silly. Ooh. I don't think Herdrum gets us anything. Nothing fancy anyway. It's a good thing I didn't go down to Camp Riversmeet, which is down there. doing standing up here? There, below us, Camp Riversmeet, or what remains of it. I see no way to descend the cliffs safely from here. Should we fall, the beasts below would make short work of us. Come, I know a path to the riverbed below, east of the Black Iron Bridge. Yes, there is a single wolf waiting to kill us if we fall. Actually, we can listen to some Ishgard music, if there is any. I know what I'm going to do, because I've just realised no one can hear any of the sound effects, any of the music, but can hear the sound effects just about. So I'm going to do a quick system configuration and just turn my music back up. No, not mute it. There you go. That should be a bit better. Hopefully you can all hear the music now. There's not a lot of music going on, in all honesty. If the reconnaissance party came this way, I see no sign of it. Still, it is possible that recent storms have obscured their trail, or that they took an alternate route to Camp Riversmeet. Until we investigate the camp itself, we cannot be certain. We must press on. Let's test the music. There we go. That should be a decent level. What are we looking for? Oh, over there. Should have seen the giant glowy purple. Easy peasy. And then we help the knight. Oh, welcome to the show, Artorial. Are you all right? I heard sounds of a struggle. Thank the Fury. I thought no one would come. 3 heretics slain and 1 knight saved. Just like that. You certainly live up to your reputation, Mistress Mewson. What happened here, sir? Is there no one else? We were caught in a furious blizzard north of here, my lord. Naught but white all around, until we saw shapes moving towards us. Running towards us, with naked steel in their hands. I cut down a few of them, who came close, but the others, they were shouting and screaming. But after a while, I could only hear unfamiliar voices. I found my way to the camp, hoping to hide while the storm passed. But the heretics tracked you there, But the heretics tracked you here. Aye. My lord, the heretics' hideaway lies somewhere to the north. We must move quickly, before the snow buries all traces of their passing. For my brothers, we must... Have faith, sir. Justice will be done, but first we must see you to safety. Yeah, we will get you to a nice safe location. Or Falcon's Nest. Or we'll just leave you here. Who knows? There's Lady Iceheart. He has the right of it, Mistress Mooson. Whatever remains of the Heretics' Trail will be gone within the next snowfall, but we cannot very well leave our friend here. I will see him to Falcon's Nest and gather reinforcements. In the meantime, I would have you search the area to the north of the camp for signs of the attack. Should you pick up the Heretics' Trail, do not wait for me. Follow it back to their lair forthwith, being sure to leave me some clear footprints. I realise that this plan may place you in considerable danger, but I see no alternative. Rest assured we will not be far behind. And Tegan, thank you. Yeah, I got this. Oh, I can't jump into this lake. Oh, why put a jumping platform right there where you can't jump? Not here either. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that was weird. Somehow I got myself stuck. I found a spot where I got stuck. That was really weird. I don't think I've ever had that before. I think they might have gone this way. We get started duty and go and follow these heretics back to their hideout. The tracks continue to the north. Determined face. Brilliant conviction, breaking limits as only a true warrior of light could. Fair enough. I think that just means that I'm max level in this duty. More very regimented sets of footprints that also just have this random break in them. Am I not allowed my chocobo in here? That's kind of sad. Matilda's not allowed to join me. Oh, more suspicious footprints. Oh, they're slightly more hidden, but they are just in the grass. Do they just follow this river all the way up? In which case, shouldn't you have walked on the ice? Or is it not that thick ice? They're not very good at this whole ambush thing, are they? Just follow him back. Come on, let's go. Where are we going? You lead the way and I'll follow. Let's go, buddy. I mean, not buddy, but buddy. Just area him and keep him scared. Keep him slowly dying. Oh, we're going this way. I should probably stop and kill these enemies that are following me, but I can just pop a regen and keep running. They'll eventually give up. Oh, he's got longer legs than me. There we go. Oh. Spellweaving heretic can't be stunned. Interesting. The rest of them were very easy to take out though. No, I won't. Well, that seems to be all of them. Was this their only hideout is the real question, because Lady Iceheart is not here. Oh, no, I spoke too soon. She is right here.
Looking for me, I presume.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot we had Midgard's armor.
The child who glimpsed the truth.
Oh, I need to open up this and get rid of that. Not good. We don't want spam bots here, thank you very much.
No, it cannot be.
She cameth unto me, as didst thou. Alike in gifts, yet set upon different paths.
He speaks true, warrior of light. Like you, I have been blessed with the echo. The visions terrified me at first. They came without warning. I wondered what I had done to deserve them. But I had no time to ponder such things once the calamity came. The land turned against us, and in a matter of hours, Falcon's Nest was buried under 10 fulms of ice and snow. We had no choice but to flee for Ishgard. We came to the wall, and while we searched for a way through, there was an avalanche. And then I was alone. So I set forth for Dravania. I knew full well what might happen where I found, but I could not survive on my own. I was found, of course, and not by a mere dragon, but by the great worm Hraesvelgr. And it was then that I knew why I had been given this gift. For with it I heard his voice, and saw the truth through his eyes.
Okay.
I was chosen to deliver this revelation to the people, to bring dragon and man together as they once were, and should ever be.
Killing civilians won't bring them together.
It wasn't supposed to be like that. You have to believe me. It was beyond my control. Children taught to fear the skies, who saw their loved ones slaughtered. Yet the Dravanians, though they know where the fault truly lies, fell upon them with such fury.
Men die, and their children forget. But we are everlasting. To us, then is as now. Thou canst not comprehend the violation, the outrage, the fury.
I will make this right. I am neither a saint nor a savior, just another sinner. Yet I will not forsake this cause. I cannot. I will see this cycle broken and peace restored. We can do naught else, for we are now as one.
You are the vestige of Shiva, so you have the power to enforce your will, as it were. Mistress Musen, praise Halone, you are alive. We came as swiftly as we could, but I see we are too late. Yeah, I saw Lady Iceheart and a bunch of other cultists, and then she escaped. That's it, yep, she escaped. So they were lurking in the cellar of this farmhouse. 'Tis a pity Lady Iceheart escaped, but we must not let that detract from your accomplishments. We have them on the run. You have dealt our foes a telling blow this day, my friend, and I shall see that your efforts are recognised. Thank you very much, Artoriel. Establishing an outpost in so remote a location could not have been easy. Tenacious devils. The knights have matters here well in hand. Let us return to Falcon's Nest and share our discoveries with Sir Redwald. Come, after tracking heretics across malms of ice and snow, I would say you are due a few hours' rest next to a warm fire. I mean, I've got my lovely puffy coat. Oh, I did the automatic get on my mount and attempt to fly back to Falcon's Nest. Then realised I can't fly yet, because we've only just started, Heaven's Ward. I don't even have an etheric compass. I also realised that because I cover half part of my HUD, it's probably not as useful for all of you. So I should, and I will, take a moment to rearrange a little bit of my hub. HUD, not hub. Different words for similar things, but not the same thing. Oh. Still auto running, so that's okay. Hub layout. Let's grab this. Oh no, not that one. That's not what we want. We want to move a couple of these. So that I'm not in the way of them. That should be enough. Yeah, that should be enough. Gives me a little bit of a frame here. And then I will resort that bottom hotbar, the one down here. I'll resort that one to be a 2-layer over to the side so that it's not behind me by 3 items. Current configuration, hotbar settings. Is it hotbar 5 or hotbar 6? Hotbar 6, there we go. There we go. Plenty of space for me now. Yep, I don't think I can even cover that one up there. Nope. We're good. Oh, I need to make sure my mouse not out in the way. Up we go, up the ramps. Sir Redwald. Greetings. Lord Artorial, Mistress Mooson. Full glad am I to see you both hale and healthy. What news? We found the heretics and removed their camp and scared off Lady Iceheart. You mean to say you hunted the heretics down on your own and slew them before reinforcements could arrive? By the Fury! I believe we have made great strides towards purging these lands of heretics, and I mean to say as much when I deliver my report to my father and the Holy See. As will I, Lord Artorial. May it serve to remind our superiors what houses Durando and Fortemps could achieve through continued cooperation. Indeed, I trust you and your knights are content to handle the rest. We most certainly are, my lord. During your short time with us, you and Mistress Mooson have accomplished far more than I thought possible. I cannot in good conscience impose upon you any longer. Pray return to Ishgard with my thanks. As you wish, Sir Redwald. We thank you for your hospitality. A bow. Bye. So back to the Fortemps Manor. I don't think that's the full arc in this direction, but maybe it was. Maybe they are just little splits off. And then we come back together and... Oh, is it the Chocobo Porter who do I talk to get back? It is an airship landing but doesn't get much use because there's too much ice. Do I talk to the Chocobo Keep? Well met, traveller. Might I interest you in a Chocobo Porter? Oh, do not tell me this is the first time... this is your first visit to this stop. I shall update your register with your name. So that you may access this location in the future. Hire a Chocobo Porter. The length is 1 minute and the fee is 5 gil. Absolutely. Whee! Here we go. This is the mount, the flying mount. Whee! Oh, and then I land. and then we run back up to House Fortomps. Or we can just do the Aethernet. It's probably the easier way, as we want to make some good progress. The last vigil's outside their house. House Fortomp. Welcome, Mistress Mooson. Shall I show you inside the manor? Yes, please. Me and Artorial have come back on business. He's not wearing his armour anymore. Back in his fineries. Mistress Mooson, I would speak plainly. From the first, I questioned your motives and your competence. Unjustly, I now realise. Rumours have a way of growing more fantastic as they spread, and quite frankly, those surrounding you beg a belief. But Rochefort swore that all the stories were true. He championed your cause and begged Father to grant you patronage. And he duly listened, because for all his wisdom, he has never been able to say no to our dear half-brother. There you go, half-brother. The legacy of my father's sole indiscretion. Mother hated him, of course. Even on her deathbed, she refused to acknowledge him, and, to be honest, she was not alone in her feelings. But that is not the worst of it. At Camp Riversmeet, when we came upon the wounded knight, I knew immediately that one of us would have to pursue the heretics alone. An onerous task, fraught with danger. And there you were, the saviour of Eorzea, and honoured guest of House Fortomps, my new comrade in arms, Rochefort's dear friend. I told myself it was to be a test, but part of me hoped that you would fail. Yet you accepted the task without a word of protest, nor any sign of fear, and you duly tracked the enemy down, faced him alone, and lived to tell the tale. Plainly, Rochefort had the right of it all along. That I doubted your strength bespeaks mine own weakness. But I will not doubt you any more, Mistress Mooson. On that you have my word. Yeah, we earned his trust. Piety materia, I guess? I'm not really going to use them. I don't really use materia in these games.